Affinity Photo now has an area as well as measure tool. You can see them here, but if you haven't got them, what you need to do is go to View and down here to Customise Tools. Customise Tools, you can see them down here, and you can simply just drag over here and put them into the tools. Likewise, over there. So this is for version 2.1, obviously, and beyond. So once you've done that, close it. The measure tool, select that first, and you've got this drawing scale. So if I go on this and click here, it's 1:1. So I just click and I can drag. And it says 1,324 pixels. That's if I obviously go and check out the first layer, the size of the layer, it's going to probably be that sort of thing, about 2,000 by whatever. So I guess that's correct. And you can click anywhere. But you'll notice every time you click, it only adds one. It removes the other one. It doesn't store it permanently. I would love to see a new feature added to this, because this was originally in Designer. You could see this in Designer. And I think it works more naturally in Designer than in Photo. But you've got here, this thing here. It would be nice if it could store it. It doesn't. And you also see here, you've got drawing scale. You can turn around and say 1:4. So if I put 1:4, so maybe outside, if your office is in the garden, you look outside, it's obviously going to be maybe 4 times greater than that, the document. So it will then work out the calculation. That's 4 times what the original value was. If I put it back again, I can put it 1:1. And you can put it 1:10 or 1:20 or 1:500. And also you've got a drop down here. So you can see, you can set the scale here, drawing scale. There doesn't seem to be any way to do this for an existing document well, that's it. You can't change it. But the thing is, you'll notice you've got pixels. I've only found resize document. This seems to be the only location where you can change the number of units. Now, I might be wrong on that. Please put in the comments below if you know of another place. But I've gone backwards and forwards looking for something. I can't see it. Now, when you create a new document, if you go to File and New, and you've got it here, you see document units. So you can set it. You've got all these. And the scale you get will be based on that. So that the units you see on the screen will be based on that. But you can change it by this resize. But there doesn't seem to be a sort of change document size, you know, the measurements, what it's using. Very strange. Also, you can do a sign drawing scale. So you might not use 1:10. You might turn around and say, look, let's click here. And I know this line is between that flower and that flower is a certain distance. So I can actually enter it. I'm not certain why that says desired redo. It's very odd. That looks like cut off. This document measurement, again, seems to be cut off. But you can enter a value. So I might think, you know what, it's not that. It's 2,000 pixels or 5,000 pixels. And I can then say apply. And now you can see the 1,824 to 2,000. It recalculates it for you all across the document. Now, obviously, this garden is a 3-dimensional object, so clearly it's not really that at all. Now, another thing that I would love to see, it doesn't show angles. It just, if you draw it like that, it just gives you that. Doesn't also give the start position, doesn't give you the end position, which would be a nice addition to it as well as storing it. But you can also use it for shapes. So let's just go and select shape and another one. Just create some. And you can also use it for type. So let's just create some type. And you can use the next tool as well. And there's another tool that's been added, and that's the area tool. But let's just quickly show this, the measure tool. And you can see I can go anywhere. You don't have to select it for this. You can simply hover over here. You can see curve. Hover around there, curve, and then click over there. And again, as soon as you hit that, it says curve. And so you can make a sort of line knowing the distance there is 1,047. Or from the centre, you can hover, it says centre there, hover there, and you can hover to that centre. So you can work out what the centre is, the distance between those objects. And they could be anything. It could be stars, any shape you create. Also, you can do the same with this. So you can also move it. So if you decide, I want it from there to the T here, again, you just go down here, you put it to this position. You said like there, to that point, or go to the line. So you can actually go to the points, or you go to the line, or just inside. Doesn't matter. It seems to snap, though, to those points. So it makes it slightly hard. There's a constraint there. There is also a constraint as well if you hold down the Shift key. So it will just go straight across. Weirdly, it doesn't go at 90 degrees. I do not know why. And also doesn't constrain to 45 degrees. Maybe there's some setting somewhere, but it doesn't seem to do that. But with this one, you can do exactly the same. So you can work out what the length there, across there, of that type, from that to that. Those sorts of things. This one, the area tool. Now, unfortunately, for some weird reason, photo, even though it's a pixel application, you cannot get the area of a layer. I can create a layer, and let's just quickly create one. So I'm just going to go to the background, select that, and just quick selection, copy and paste. So I've got that layer. I can move it around, and I can go to the measure tool, and I can measure it. For the reason it says point there, line, and you can see the measurements there. But if you use the area, it's selected, doesn't make a difference. It just says 0 and 0. I'd love to see it be able to work out the actual area for that as well. I mean, I can't see a reason why it doesn't know it. You can see what the area is simply by using the measure tool and then obviously multiplying it. So why doesn't it create it for you? Obviously, maybe if the actual layer is more complicated, maybe that's the reason. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt on that one. But it says 0 and 0. Maybe it should just say, can't do it. That would be even easier. Background pixel. But let's remove that. And let's go with ones that it can work with, which are these. So you've got these. Now, you have to select the shape for it to work. So if I select that one, and then go here to the measure tool, so select that, the area tool, get the right one, and you can see then that's highlighted, go backwards and forwards. You can see when you highlight it, you can see it tells you the figure, and it obviously got those diagonal lines there. And it says the area, obviously based on the actual drawing scale. There's also a perimeter mode here. I'm not going to go with that, but I'm just going to leave it as the default. But you've got here the area, and you can hover over this one. Now, you can add that 492 and 297. That's quite a lot, but you can see it, well, I would say adds up to 789,000 odd. And that's what it's got there. Likewise, the perimeter. Though for some weird reason it's called length around here, the combination is called perimeter. I'm not certain why they just call it length, but anyway, it's called perimeter. And you can see it's 2,489 and length 1,900, which adds, I think, approximately to 4,424. So you can see the perimeter adds those up, which is great. So you can use that to, and also, of course, you can drag them closer and put them on top of each other, combine them, all number of combinations, which you can again still use with the area tool. But also you've got here with type. Now type acts slightly odd. So you go here, area tool, select that, and you can see exactly the same. It's been selected, and I hover over there, and you can see the length. It says 152. If I hover over that one, 659. Hover over that one, length 850. Over that one, length 260. And you can see it says the parameters 11,448. I'm not going to add them up, but I imagine you can see it actually also does the length around that, the inner part, obviously the compound, as well as the length, 147 there, length there, length there. So there's a lot of, obviously, lengths all the way, all adding up, I assume, to 11,448. But you'll notice the area, for some weird reason, is set to 0. Don't know why, no idea. Maybe because area, let's select them. Aha! Select them like that, then it does work. Tells you the area. That's good. That's a nice feature. It still says exactly the same perimeter value, but you have to select them. Ha! It's a good little thing. I only just discovered that. Always great running tutorials. You suddenly realise, why is it just saying 0? Well, that's what you have to do. You have to select them. Hold down the shift so you can then click and deselect. So only those two are selected. You can see the area changes. So if I hold down the shift still and select all of them, you can see it tells me, and again, I have got no reason not to suspect that is correct. 637,000, based again on this drawing scale. And if you change it, and you can change it anytime, 1 to 1, you can see it just updates it and puts the actual value based on the document itself. And that is a quick run through of the area and measure tool. I'm certain there are lots of great uses for this tool. Probably more so in Designer, but I am certain that there is a lot of uses also in Photo as well. And also, the same feature, apparently, and I haven't used it yet, is in Publisher as well. Hope you found this tutorial of interest. Any questions, please let me know. Any comments about it, because how will you be using it? Will you be finding lots of uses for it? Or maybe you think, I'll never be using that at all. What's the use? Please let me know in the comments. That'd be great to hear. Thank you much.